What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and welcome to the video that a lot of you have been waiting for, a lot of you have been asking for, and a lot of you have been patient and waiting to see. It's the day that we are going to be giving you a full house tour of the DURTYMAX household. Over the years and years and years and years and years, it's only been a few years, that I've had a YouTube channel, I've always gone out of my way to keep my house inside, kind of off of the vlog. Purely because this is a sanctuary, this is our safety net, this is our residence where we feel safe, we feel at home, and ultimately, I love all of you so much. You have no idea. I am extremely grateful for every single one of you, but it's kind of nice when not everybody knows exactly where it is that we live 100% of the time and where we do things, whether that's sleep or drop the kids off at the pool if you catch my drift, or eat or change our kid, or whatever the case might be, right? So I always like to kind of draw a straight line, if you will, through what is my private life and what is my public life on YouTube, because when we make YouTube videos, when I make YouTube videos, I want to immerse you guys in as much of my life as possible, but at the same time, I like to also have my personal life with my family that I love very much, and my friends, which I love very much, and the things that I try to kind of value and keep personal. All right, so sorry about the rant. Today is the day where I'm taking a break from moving to get you guys all involved. Now, a quick disclaimer before we jump on in that door and I walk you guys through every single room in the house. It is a move in progress. There's a lot of stuff that's not in the house anymore, so don't think that this is how our house was set up 100% of the time. Rather, 90% of the stuff has already been moved to the new house, which, speaking of the new house, we will be going over everything related to that property and the acreage that comes with it in a later video. There's a lot of really cool shit happening, guys. Really, really cool stuff. Oh, and just for fun, I'm also gonna flash up pictures from 2 years ago, almost 2 years to date, as a matter of fact, so you guys can see how much stuff we actually changed inside, and then you can drop a comment below if you agree with the changes that we made or not. And if you agree with them, I'm gonna give all my credit to my wife because she can see that. I can modify trucks really good, but she can do the whole house thing. So if you've ever noticed on my YouTube channel, I've never really actually walked past the point of my driveway, and I very, very seldom, almost actually never filmed the front of my house. Now, a lot of you guys kind of know where I live, and some of you have actually come to my house before, which I don't really necessarily appreciate. Like I said, that I love you, but again, this is kind of where that privacy thing is essential, and I know that because right up there is a camera, and I get notified every single time somebody passes, and I happen to have an engineering background, so I notice analytical themes. But anyway, we live in a subdivision, and everybody in this subdivision is fantastic. I love my neighbors. Everybody has been great to live by. One thing in life you can't do is pick your neighbors, but we are moving out of the subdivision once and for all for, well, eternity. But back to what I was saying, here is the outside of our house. When we moved in here 2 years ago, there was a massive tree right where that little tree is. That tree's name is George. There was also no tree where that tree is right there. That tree's name is Kathy. Do you ask why? Well, there's actually no reason whatsoever. Those are the first 2 trees that my wife and I ever bought, and we felt a sentimental attachment to them, so we kind of named them like grandparent names. Yeah, why not, right? Because there are trees. And then, as you guys can remember, all that mulch that was right on this side of the driveway and that side of the driveway has been since deleted, and we planted grass, which kind of worked out well for the new home buyers. Crazy story right now, guys. We actually had bought the house that we're moving into, and then the day later, one of our neighbors that follows my wife on Instagram happened to notice a post that she put up that said, "Otto is gonna miss being a lifeguard." It didn't even say that we were selling our house, but they took that as we were selling our house. They mentioned to their friends that actually wanted to move into this neighborhood. The next day, I was leaving in my Denali to head to the shop. The husband to the wife that I was just talking about flagged me down and actually said, "We have friends that just moved up from Texas and they want to buy your house." So we talked like right there in my yard for a little while, and push came to shove, they bought our house, and we didn't even have to put it on the market, which is absolutely unbelievable. The real estate market right now is incredible, and the interest rates are bar none. It's very nice to borrow money at a very low rate, because then you end up paying less money back for the money that you borrowed. Very, very simple concept there. Okay, back to home mods. We've got this really big tree right here, and our lot kind of goes this way, and then it cuts across that way. That thing's not ours, and then it goes to the back. We'll get to the backyard before we go inside. We ended up doing a few other exterior mods. We painted the door yellow. We put a hello on our Mello yellow door. We painted our shutters. Like I said, I put security cameras up. All right, so walking you guys over to my backyard. We got some bushes over here hanging out. That's Jack's room. We'll get there in a minute. We've got these massive, what are called green giants. They're evergreen trees. They're really cool. And then we go into my backyard. I don't think I've ever brought you guys back here ever in the history of ever. I'm gonna need this. So we've got these massive green giants, a few arborvitaes, and then more green giants that totally provide a nice natural privacy barrier for our pool. So we've got this 13,500 gallon in-ground pool that was here when we bought the house. Just like a random fun fact, I didn't pay for this, and you guys know, like, I don't really ever bring the price of anything up, but I found this astonishing. This pool right here was $55,000 that was paid for by the sellers of the house when we had actually bought it. It was kind of a big deal. I hated the pool at first. It actually took me almost 2 years to love the pool, and if you do the math, I've had this house for 2 years. That means that I just recently actually fell in love with the pool right around the time that I'm getting rid of the pool. So yeah, it's kind of interesting how that works. And then another funny story is right after we moved into this house and we did our first down payment. For anybody that bought a house knows that a down payment on a house is not a small deal. It is a large chunk of change. 20% on $200,000, just for conversation purposes. That's not what this house was. Just do the math. It's a large sum of money. So we had done that. Literally a month afterwards, we were up at Penn State, which is my alma mater. We got a call from the neighbor that lives right over there, and they said, "Jack, your backyard is flooded in water." We came home and our pool was empty. I was kind of a little bit confused. Come to find out, our pool liner was 15 years old, which is the life expectancy of the pool liner, and it was ripped. So we ended up having to get a new pool liner. It wasn't a good time, but hey, everything kind of happens for a reason. So then we've got this cool deck on the back of our house, which we also painted to match the shutters. Then we painted these kind of fence rails that go on either side. And then the house actually came with these two power folding awnings, one there and one there, that come out. Grill was right there, table was right there. And needless to say, we really enjoyed this backyard. Our dogs love this backyard. Our friends and our family love this backyard. There's a lot of memories here, and we will miss having a little sanctuary like this. But what I can promise you is that the new house, we have a little bit of a bigger sanctuary, and it's the exact sanctuary that we want. And honestly, one day it could accommodate a pool. So that's pretty good news. Oh, another cool mod that we did was, we actually had Jamie do this from Lime Ridge Automotive. He came up and he did these lights that string all around our backyard. So at night we can put them on. It's pretty cool. All right, guys, without further ado, we're about to head on inside. Just kidding, it's locked. We'll go around. It's the day, dude. We're doing the house tour. Now, before we go any further, guys, I'd like to thank today's video sponsor, and that is Cove. Now, as you guys know, I love my Cove speakers. I can't even tell you how many times I've mentioned them in my videos, and if you know anything about me, it's that I legitimately never do these kind of promotions, except if it's for a product that actually works and is actually worth your hard-earned money. This is the Cove Commuter 2. It is the second generation of what was their freaking awesome portable speaker that they came out with a little while ago. Literally, I turn it on, Bluetooth on my phone automatically connects, and I just let it rip. And I've been putting serious miles on that thing. Not only during this move, but I got this puppy at the shop. I got this thing out back. I got it out at the pool when I got friends and family, or even if it's just me kicking back, drinking a BrewDog, if you catch my drift. Now check it out. Before I show you this awesome feature, it gets freaking loud.
Try to hold on, it's getting out of hand. In the bathroom, trying to put your clothes on. No, they ain't got a chance. 2 a.m., are you coming through?
But the thing and the reason why I'm telling you all about this today is because of this. Yes, guys, this is a 2-in-1 system. Same Bluetooth network, you're connected, but you can have sound in 2 spots. Moving, this and me are best friends. I got one of these in my kitchen, and I got one of these across my house, and you'll see how far that is here in a minute. And it almost seems like I have surround sound, but it's in a portable fashion that goes into one little unit. So combined, 360-degree sound. Separated, you have left and right, or vice versa. So essentially, you're getting 2 the price of 1. Now, not only does this thing have a built-in microphone, it's also water resistant, and it'll get you up to 30-foot range from your mobile device. So if you're like me and you're always constantly glued to your phone, you can actually walk away from the speaker up to 30 foot and you're ready to rip. And last but not least, guys, on a single charge, 7 hours plus a battery. They advertise 7 hours, but no joke, I got 9 hours out of this thing the other day because I've been putting in, no lie, 16-hour days every single day for the past 7 days trying to get our lives from here to the new house. So what I want you guys to do is head into the description of my video. There's a link there. And what I'm offering you guys is 64% off of this speaker right here with link coveaudio.com/DJ64. Again, that's coveaudio.com/DJ64. Guys, take advantage of this. I'm telling you, I only put my word on things that I know your hard-earned money will leave you. Again, guys, I put my word behind this. You will be satisfied with this thing, and that is on my own brand. Personally, I don't promote anything other than what will be worth your money, I promise that. In the meantime though, I'm keeping it off because it's gonna get put to use right after we're done this video. All right guys, now that brings us inside. I have a few times, if I can recall correctly, shown my kitchen, but I don't think I've really ever actually given you guys the full breadth of everything that's going on. So here's my kitchen. Okay, great. Now we can move on. No, I'm just kidding. Let's talk about this for a little bit. Here is a photo of the kitchen before we moved in. And there's Ozzy. He wasn't really fond of how it looked when we moved in. And that's why we changed it, because we gotta keep a happy doggy. Right, little doggy? Good boy. So we've got our dining space, and then we've got our kitchen. Lots of changes from what you guys saw in that photo. A, we have closet doors. B, we deleted the natural look, and we actually painted our cabinets. Shout out to AE Painters. My good friend Gene is actually a friend that started as a subscriber, as one of you guys right there, as a viewer, since become friend. Actually guys, fun fact, a lot of some of the greatest relationships that I share in my life today are from this right here. Relationships at the forefront of everything that you do, guys. Remember that. And that's one of the coolest things about YouTube. But anyway, like I'm saying, he painted our cabinets and they completely transformed the look of our kitchen for way less money than the cost of a brand new kitchen. It was a very solid mod that added a lot of value to our house. Now when we got this house, this cool granite countertop was here, the shiplap was not. So we got that installed, and then we ended up doing a chalkboard wall right here with some shiplap around the sides. We installed these cabinets. There was this like whole farmhouse theme throughout this entire house. All the walls were red and like eggshell color. It wasn't, in my opinion, what we wanted, so we changed a lot of it. This right here is where our washer and dryer was. All the lighting fixtures, we added recessed lighting, and we put a new lamp over our table. This table, fun fact, weighs about 600 pounds. It is solid marble, and it was my grandmother's. It since went down to my father, who is Jack number 2, or Junior. I'm Jack the 3rd, and then of course my son is Jack the 4th, and now we have it, and it's super cool. But what's not cool is the fact that it weighs as much as it does, because it's really hard to move. So that brings us to the floors. We have all brand new flooring that we installed over the laminate that was here. This is LVP. Fun fact, I actually used to work for a flooring company in the Lancaster County area. I'm gonna leave it at that. So this was installed by somebody that you guys are getting very familiar with now, AKA Jake. Jake actually used to work for a flooring company, so he and I tackled this entire job with a friend of ours over a weekend's time. We did transitionless flooring all the way throughout. Now this is our powder room downstairs. This house is 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. But back to the transitionless floor. That means there are no steps over the flooring. It comes all throughout seamlessly. Very nice. So we did the entire first floor in this LVT or LVP. Call it what you will. A very nice other mod that I did, which I kind of have to show you guys. USB outlets. Very, very nice when you are a YouTuber. Believe me. Okay, so that brings me to windows. When we moved in, we had our home inspected and we found that a lot of the window casements had rot on them. So we were actually able to negotiate with the sellers of this house. The guy that lived here before me, his name, bada bing, drum roll please, was Jack. And I met him and we kind of hit it off. I think that's why he ended up selling me his house. Short of the long, we had to negotiate a little bit about the windows because every single window in this house had rot. Like literally every single one. And there's 14 windows to be exact. And it was a little pricey, but he helped to offset some of that, which we are grateful for. Adding windows to a house and flooring and all the things that we've done and we've talked about in here actually added a lot of value to this property as upgrades. Kind of cool. Learned a little bit of real estate. Don't tell my wife because at first, anyway, we're not going to go into that. And I'm very happy that we ended up doing things to the house, mind you. So then we get into what is our kind of living room slash family room and the very open floor plan of the house. So we're going to kind of come back here. This house has massive vaulted ceilings. No joke, that's like 20 foot. I mean, it's really high up there. And we love that about the house because everything is so open. As you can see, it just sprawls all around. There's Otto's favorite spot because he can look out of the window. He's always supervising. And he's not a very nice dog. I'm just saying, like definitely something to be mindful of. So anyway, in here, this was like all red. So we painted all the walls, just a very kind of neutral gray. The shiplap wall was already here and the brick veneer was here, but it was red, as well as the red brick around the fireplace. But we ended up painting that white, as well as the mantle and that brick all painted white. Ceiling fan was here. That's pretty cool. Now there were no blinds in the house, so we ended up adding those as well. And this is Big Joe. It's an Amazon beanbag. It's very nice. Okay, so coming into here, this is kind of like foyer, main entrance area. There's Otto. What's up, bro? What's going on? Where's all of our stuff? Where's all of our stuff, Otto? It's gone. What's happening? What's happening? Are we moving? Are we moving? Otto doesn't do that good with change, but he's gonna be very happy about the property that we're moving on to. But this guy's freaking stoked, man. He loves to explore. You're good, right? Are you good? You don't seem good. What's up? We'll talk about it after the vlog. So we ended up putting all new carpeting in the house because what was here when we moved here was builder grade stuff. It wasn't all that good and it was totally clapped out. But check out this super cool view. This is probably one of my favorite spots in the house because I can look down on everything that's going on and really kind of just take it all in. I love very, very, very open houses. So we ran this carpet all throughout every single one of the rooms upstairs. Now that brings us into, come on, up on the bed. Good boy, Ozzy, come, go boys. The bedroom, which is basically where the dogs sleep all the time. You gotta make sure that you give your dogs the best life possible, right? I love my dogs very, very much. In here, we ended up painting it as well. The ceiling was like a weird kind of light pink and then the walls were like a really dark brown. And my wife and I really value natural light. So we ended up lightening up the walls and painting the ceiling white. Really didn't do all that much else in here, but the carpet was a big move. Here is the master bathroom where I like to say I confidently floss my teeth every single night. Any dentists out there? I hope you're proud. Shower, closet. Now coming along over here down the hallway, again painted all this stuff because it was just red. Like it was super red, way too red. Here we've got Jack's bathroom. Oh, I also forgot to mention that we renovated the entire bathroom over there, like new vanity, new flooring, new toilet. And we put a new toilet in because I'm an idiot and I smashed the toilet when I was demoing the original flooring. Go me. So coming in here, original vanity, but new flooring, excess flooring from the flooring downstairs. And yeah, Jack's little tubby. Oh, and we painted it. We painted every single room in the house. That brings us into Jack's room and his mountain of diapers. He is a very growing boy, meaning that he is using a lot of diapers. So in here, fun fact, this was actually originally my office and that room back there was originally the guest room. But then I kind of felt like as the boss of my life, I was kind of cheating myself and really downgrading my experience. So I promoted myself to the bigger room and we'll get into there in a minute, but I picked one color of paint for this entire house and it was the color that used to be in this room. On the paint sample, it was like a cool slate blue. I'm like, yeah, that's totally masculine. We painted this room and my office was in here, right there. That's where my desk was. And it was straight up like baby blue. Oh, these other cool colors that are in my house, my wife picked. Yeah, she's a lot better at that stuff. We've got his closet, which was full of diapers, which no longer has any diapers because they're at the new house. We then changed the color of this room, 3 white walls, 1 gray accent wall, and we did like minimalized shelving and everything like that. My wife and I are very minimalistic people, and I can share confidently that her and I both like to modify aspects of our lives in the sense that less is more. I do that on my builds, we do that in our homes. And now it's Jack's nursery, and he loves it. We're actually setting the nursery up in our new house the exact same as this. And that brings us into the office. Don't mind my Nerf gun, which is kind of right back here. I can't put that on YouTube for whatever reason. I painted the end of the Nerf gun black just because it looked tactical. So this is my office. I've got a really cool view out to the backyard and the pool, which I love. This is kind of like right where my desk sat. It came around and cut across. The canvas in the back of a lot of my videos you guys have seen, which was kind of right here, which is now down. And of course we painted this as well. This is kind of been my interim working spot. I've got my power cord and then my monitor and then where I upload footage right there. It hasn't really been that comfortable, but fortunately it's only temporary. Another thing we changed in here was lighting. We only had these dinky little lights for a while. They really weren't doing all that good for my overall kind of productivity. So we ended up bringing another friend out who's also a subscriber and now my electrician. His name is Andre, and he ended up doing nice recessed lighting in 4 spots in this room, which really lit it up very, very nicely. You guys staying out of trouble? So yeah, guys, that about concludes our house tour. How could I forget? I'm kidding. Let's go downstairs real quick. This brings us to the basement. I did almost 100% of everything that you're about to see. And you know how I learned about doing it? I don't have a contractor's background, none of that. You really wanna know? Are you sure? Are you positive? YouTube. No joke, I taught myself how to finish my basement. Yeah, right here. Cruising on down, I did the carpet. And I did not do the electrical. Andre helped me with that because I felt like that was better left to the professionals. I assisted with the ceiling, we'll get there in a minute, but this was a completely open basement that kind of looked like this room right here. This is kind of our downstairs utility / storage room. This is what that room looked like over there, but I decided to finish that off to add a little bit of value to the house. We couldn't actually claim the roughly 250 square foot that this room is because of one reason. Trivia question right now in the vlog, who are my real estate professionals? because there's no egress, and egress is a means of exit in your house. That window doesn't count. It would need to be a door out flat or one of those kind of slanted doors that would go upstairs. Then we could have actually claimed this as square foot when we were going to sell it, but we couldn't. But the new buyers are very excited that this exists. So again, all of the same kind of colors, ended up drywalling the walls, shiplapping around the window, doing all of the framing myself, legitimately every single thing. I didn't do the drywall because mudding in is a pain, and I really wanted to get it right the first time. If you don't know what you're doing, it could turn out disastrous. But it turned out really good. I did the flooring with Jake, absolutely love it, and it really adds a nice dynamic. I even ended up hanging all my own doors. They open and they close with ease. We even got a custom cut door over here, and everything is freaking perfect. And just to be a little different, we ended up taking barn style roofing and using it as the ceiling down here just to be different. And it worked really nice with these super slim, low profile lighting canisters that we actually get right on Amazon for only 65 bucks for 6 of them. They're super high output and you can get them in a whole bunch of different color temperatures. So that, ladies and gentlemen, about wraps up the video. And we are gonna end it right where we started it for the last 2 years. A lot of sentimental value here, and so grateful for this house. It taught me how to be a homeowner. It allowed me to start a family, and it allowed my wife and I to grow as a couple in this life, in this book of life that we're writing together. And lastly, it allowed all of us to grow in on all the things that we've done over the last 2 years. I launched my first Dream Diesel giveaway here, and now we're in number 12. There's been so many trucks that have come through this driveway right here, and absolutely none that have come through right here because unfortunately none of them fit. But there's just been a lot of interaction, a lot of steps down there, and a lot of what's going on, guys. Welcome back to another video. You know, I'm always gonna look at this house and I'm always gonna remember everything that happened here, and I'm gonna even vividly and vicariously relive it because of this awesome platform. I love YouTube so much because it almost allows you to go back in time to see how much you've changed, and we as the human beings that we are constantly have to evolve. And that brings us to the evolution of our housing. What I'll be showing you guys in the next few videos about our new property is a massive evolution to a chapter that's gonna be way, way longer than just 2 years. Honestly, when we moved into this house, we thought we were gonna be here for a lot longer, but things have kind of since changed and we're super grateful for that. So we decided to jump on this opportunity when it was presented, as we had been looking for houses for a long time that kind of met the criteria that our new house does. So literally, as I'm making this video, in just 2 days, we will be settling so the new owners can start to move their lives in here, and then we can kind of since end that chapter. So that's where we're gonna wrap up this video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the house tour. Was it what you expected? I don't know, so drop a comment below and I will be reading every single one of them. Lastly, guys, grab some entries for Dream Diesel giveaway. We are approaching the middle of that giveaway, and 2 times entries are live right now. We have a ton of new limited products up on the site, and you might be bringing that thing home, just like Alex Galvin or one of our other 11 truck winners, simply by getting entered.